Rabbeinu wasn't a kohen. He remained a Levi. His brother Aaron became a kohen. Why wasn't Moshe Rabbeinu the kohen? Didn't he deserve, and wasn't he more fitting to be the kohen than Aaron? That became because of a certain taina, a certain flaw, a certain mistake that Moshe Rabbeinu made. The Rabbeinu Shalom told him, 7 days the Rabbeinu Shalom beseeched him and he begged him, go to Mitzrayim and redeem the Jews. Moshe Rabbeinu refused. I'm not worthy of it. He shouldn't have refused. And the Rabbeinu Shalom told him then, Halei Aaron hachicha halevi, Aaron, your brother the Levi, he will go with you. So the Gemara tells us that actually Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to be the Kohen and Aaron the Levi. But because of the refusal of Moshe to go to redeem the Jews when the Rabbeinu Shalom asked him, even though it came because of Moshe Rabbeinu's modesty, but still he refused the Rabbeinu Shalom, he was punished that he won't be the Kohen. And Aaron became the Kohen. And so the pasuk says, Alei Aaron achicha halevi. Aaron, your brother, he should be the Levi. But now you are going to be the Levi, and Aaron will be the Kohen. So we see that the Leviim were actually supposed to be the Kohanim, and the Kohanim were actually supposed to be the Neviim. But everything is going to be rectified when Mashiach will come, and this world will become the ideal world. It will become a world without any flaws, without any sins, and everything, and tshuva is going to wipe out all the wrongdoings which have been done. Then once this happens, then everything returns to its original intended state. When that's going to happen, so actually Moshe Rabbeinu will become the Kohen Gadol. He will be the Kohen, and Aaron will be the Levi. So the Ari HaKadosh explains that in the Zman HaTikun, in the wonderful world which is going to come, the world to be, when Mashiach will come, or perhaps afterwards, in the world to be, so the Leviim will be the Kohanim. And the pasuk in Yecheskel is maramis to that. The pasuk in Yecheskel refers to that. Hakayanim haLeviim b'nei tzaddik. Yecheskel talks about the third Beis Hamikdash, and he says Hakayanim haLeviim. The Kayanim are going to be the Leviim, and the Leviim are going to be the Kayanim. Hakayanim, who are going to be the Kayanim? haLeviim. The Leviim are going to be the Kayanim. Because everything will be rectified then, so everything will return to the original state as it was intended before the Averis, before sin changed it. So that was what Kairach wanted. Kairach wanted to bring immediately the world to come, the world of the future, the world of the Tikkun, the Olam HaTikkun, the world of completeness, the world of perfection. That's what he wanted to bring. And through that Kairach argued, I want to be the Kohen Gadol. I am a Levi. Originally, the Leviim are supposed to be the Kohanim. The Leviim should be the Kohanim. And that's why Kairach wanted kahuna. Not because Kairach was in pursuit of glory, of self-aggrandizement. He wanted to become somebody big. No, that wasn't Kairach's intention. Kairach was a tzaddik. He was above that. Tzaddik katama yifrach. Kairach wanted to bring the Olam HaTikkun, the world of perfection, the state of perfection, where the Leviim will be the Kohanim. Now that's as far as Kairach is concerned. He had good intentions, he was punished, but what he really wanted will come to be in the Olam HaTikkun, in the future world of perfection. But where does an aviram come in? Why did Datan and Aviram come into this machlokes, into this quarrel? What did they quarrel about? They were from the Shevet Reuven. They were never supposed to be Levim to begin with. Now, Datan and Aviram did have a reason to quarrel. Even if I would say that their intentions weren't so pure, but in a certain percentage, they did mean well. Datan and Aviram were from the Shevet Reuven. V'Datan v'Aviram v'Yain ben Peles b'nei Reuven. They were from the Shevet of Reuven. There is a Chazal, there is, our Chachamim tell us that La'asad Lavai, the Bechayrim, the firstborn, will also do the Aveda. They will also be like the Kayanim, because of the same reason which I explained before. The Kahuna belongs to the Bechayrim, to the firstborn. And until the generation of the Midbar, who did the Aveda? Who were the worshippers and who were the ones who brought these sacrifices on the altar? The Bechayrim. And that was the argument between Yankov and Esav. From the very birth of Yankov and Esav, they were arguing over the Bechayra. And Yankov was supposed to be the real Bechayra. But Esav positioned himself in such a way that he was born first. Mashal Shveiferes, if you remember that Rashi. And Esav came out first. So Esav was the factual Bechayah. But the real Bechayah, who Bashemayim, who in heaven was intended to be the Bechayah, was Yankov, Yisrael. B'ni Bechayri Yisrael, the Rabbeinu Shalom announces. The Bechayah is really Yisrael, not Esav. Esav is the wrong proprietor of the Bechayra. The Bechayra does not belong to Esav, it belongs to Yankov. And this is the constant struggle between Yankov and Esav. Who is the Bechayah? And later in life, symbolically, Yankov bought off the Bechayra from Esav. But Esav then didn't agree to this sale as Bechayras. He still wanted to be the Bechayra even after the sale, as we find by the brachas of Yitzchak, of Yankov and Esav. And the Bechayrim were supposed to do the Aveda. The first, but because of the Aveira of the Egel, the Bechayrim lost the Kahuna, that they're not the priests, and it came to the Shevet Levi and the Kayanim. They became the ones who do the Aveda, who are the priests, and they do the Aveda at the Mizbeach in the Beis HaMikdash. But originally it was supposed to be the Bechayrim. And that's how it's going to be later on also. The Bechayrim are going to do the Aveda on the Mizbeach like the Kayanim. So therefore, that was what Datan and Aviram were quarreling about. Datan and Aviram were from Reuven. Reuven was the Bechayr of Yankov. Why didn't Reuven retain the Bechayra? He is the firstborn son, and he should have the privileges which come along with Bechayra. Like Yankov Avinu says in Parshas Vayechi, Reuven, Bechayriata, you're my Bechayra, you're my firstborn. Yes, Eis, yes, us, you should have kingdom and kahuna. But because you sinned, because Reuven sinned, by the story with Bilha, Pelegesh Aviv, he lost his Bechayra. And it came back, and he lost his Bechayra, and he lost the privileges of Bechayra. So therefore, we can understand what was the platform of Datan and Aviram. Dasan and Aviram, being Bnei Reuven, the children of Reuven, joined with Kairach, and they said, let's make now the situation and the conditions which will prevail in the Eilam HaTikkun, in the world of perfection. Let the Leviim be the Kayanim, and also the Bechayrim should be the Kayanim, and the entire Sheveret Reuven shall be Kayanim, because they're the Bechayrim. Because Reuven was really supposed to be what Levi is, they're Bechayrim. They lost it, because Yesa says V'yesa us, because of Pachas Kamayim, because of their punishment. But originally they were supposed to be the Kayanim, and when everything will be rectified, when everything will be repaired, when the world of perfection, the Eilam HaTikkun, is going to come, then the Bechayrim will do the Aveda. They're going to be the Kayanim, along with the Leviim. So therefore, that was the platform of Reuven, of Dasan and Aviram. That's what they were arguing about. There are 12 months in the year. Our Sfarim tell us, the Sefer Yetzirah says so, and the Sfarim afterwards tell us this, that the 12 Shvatim are corresponding to the 12 months.